I haven't gone on a date in 145 days, and here are 6 things that make it easy for me to maintain not dating.
Okay, first off, you don't need to maintain not dating. Not dating is the default. You came out of the womb not dating, and you could easily go on not dating if you were stranded on a desert island with no resources. Dating and meeting another person is a mutually beneficial relationship, and that's what requires effort to maintain.
Number 1, sex is a want, not a need. Every man I have ever been with and encountered has tried to convince me that my love language is physical touch. I need to have my needs met. What that actually means is he feels entitled to having sex with me because he assumes that to be in a relationship is a sacrifice of his time and freedom. So therefore he is owed an orgasm and I have to deliver that. And if I don't, it's a problem. I don't like any of that. I hate the sense of sexual obligation.
This is true, but a relationship itself is a want and not a need. Typically, in a relationship, two parties give up something that the other person wants and receive something they want in return. This is true for business relationships and for personal and romantic relationships. For heterosexual relationships, the man usually desires sex and children, and the woman desires safety, status, and resources, like money. If you don't want to have sex or kids, no one's forcing you. It just means that you probably don't have a relationship. I'm sort of curious what this woman thinks a heterosexual relationship is if it doesn't involve sex. That's sort of like somebody who owns a restaurant complaining that everyone wants to just give him money in exchange for food. Is that all I am to you? Just some way to get fed in exchange for money? Well, yeah. Unless you can demonstrate a skill or utility that makes you more useful in a relationship, every person defaults to the base bottom expectation that they can provide for their gender. For men, this is money, and for women, this is sex. If you want to be thought of as more than a wallet or a sex object, you have to demonstrate some value that makes you more than just those things.
Number 2, relationships should be fun and enjoyable, not an endurance race of suffering. In the middle, at the end, is an engagement ring and then a lifetime with somebody who hates you.
Again, I completely agree with her. Relationships should be, for the most part, an enjoyable experience for both parties. But the key there is both parties. She says that she shouldn't have to endure the suffering of a lifetime with someone who hates her. But I assume most men wouldn't want to endure a lifetime with someone like her who resents having sex with them and clearly hates men as a group.
Number 3, no one is bigger than the program. You need to hold your standards so high and so tight that you basically tattoo them on your forehead and you stick to them.
I have no idea why women brag about how high their standards are as a signal of social status. Your status is not defined by you choosing Prince Charming. Everyone's gonna choose Prince Charming. Your status is defined by Prince Charming choosing you. If you have a 3.0 high school GPA, you can say, I have the highest standards for university and will only accept getting into Harvard. But until you get an acceptance letter from Harvard, you're just a delusional high school grad working at Starbucks. Likewise, you can make your standards for men as high as you want, but until a man who meets those standards chooses to marry you, you are just a delusional spinster destined to die alone and unmourned.
Number 4, this is just my own personal experience, so don't come for my throat, but money has made me happier than relationships with men. If I were to meet a great man who truly checked off all my boxes and was like a good human, then yeah, that would be better than money. That has not happened for me in the way that I would like it to. Money has given me choices. It's giving me freedom. It's giving me safety to sleep peacefully at night. What relationship is giving me that? None of them. I also have a strong belief that the only person who would try to convince me otherwise is a man, because at the end of the day, they're not stupid. They know that that comes at their own expense when women start prioritizing their own financial safety and health, essentially.
And here we cut to the core of the issue. Well, of course, money has made you more happy than relationships with men. Sex has made men happier than relationships with women. That's what you started this video complaining about. This woman has put zero cognitive effort into her theory of dating and relationships. I'm happy when I get everything I want in a relationship and don't have to give up anything in return. Is not a coherent model for relationships. It's just a list of demands. And she expects men to cater to those demands and give her their money and resources, even though she shows them nothing but contempt.
Number 5, being a girlfriend doesn't mean being a relationship coach. It's not my job to teach a full-grown man empathy who's in his 30s. Figure it out. I want one who's pre-cooked.
Yes, everyone is responsible for themselves and their own personal growth. It is not your responsibility to teach a full-grown man empathy. But what are we talking about when we say empathy? Well, empathy is the ability for someone to understand the emotions and mental state of another person. She wants a man who is already high empathy before he meets her. The problem is, any man with the emotional intelligence that she's looking for is going to quickly realize that she is disgruntled and needlessly combative to her potential partner. And any relationship with her would be an endurance race of suffering, the medal at the end being an engagement ring and then a lifetime of suffering with someone who hates you. They're going to realize this, they're going to go on a date with someone else, or try to give her the old pump and dump treatment.
And lastly, number 6, he's not busy. He has a job, he has a gym routine, and he has laundry. I have all of those things, and I have a luteal phase and a period. He just doesn't have time management skills, and he doesn't like me because he doesn't really care about women and doesn't see women as humans. So those 6 things keep me very happy on my own.
I hate to break it to you. It's not that he doesn't like you because he doesn't care about women and that he doesn't see women as humans. He doesn't like you because you are unlikable. Half of this video you've been demanding that some mysterious man meet your incredibly high standards and devote their time and money to making you happy. The other half of this video is you disparaging that same group of men that you expect to make those sacrifices for you. If a man is handsome, intelligent, and wealthy enough to meet your incredibly high standards, he has far better options than a combative, sexless 7 out of 10. The only men who are willing to put up with your selfish, abrasive personality are men who are just trying to plow you a few times and then dump you when the novelty's gone. Your negative attitude has self-selected only the most toxic partners for you. So I'm not surprised that you are so jaded and alone. Hopefully this can be a cautionary tale for someone else.